Director of the Local Government Development Institution, isang political analyst, Dr. Froilan Calilong. Po, Prof, good morning po.
Yes, good morning. Good morning kasamang Rod at good morning din po sa lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay.
Alright, una, reaksyon muna, Doc Froilan, doon sa naging desisyon ng Committee on Justice kahapon sa impeachment complaints laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Unanimous ang decision at sinabing may probable cause.
Well, this is something that we already expected, and I think from the get-go naman talaga, from the very start, given na yon na meron talagang probable cause, and all of this hearings they conducted were just created to provide the impression. It's really more of the theatrics, and the optics, and to control the narrative, to paint the impression niya, that in the midst of it all, meron talagang kinakaharap na probability yung ating ikalawang Pangulo. No? So, I think it's already given. Kaya nga parang nakakabigla, no? Na parang masayang-masaya sila. When in fact, I believe that from the very start, this is already staged and this is already planned, no. So hindi ko talaga makuha yung kung saan nagagaling, pero yun nga basically itong ginawa nilang mga pagdidig naman na to, no, is really to convince the public that the Vice President is really liable, and meron talagang probability na siya nga ay sangkot dito sa mga binibitang sa kanya. So ngayon at least maganda na, no, na establish na nila yon, something that they already know from the start, na ngayon na-establish na nila fully. Siguro maganda talaga magbotohan na sa plenary para malaman na natin. And then if after this, ma-elevate na sa Senate, we can start off with impeachment. Again, it's not about, para sa akin kasi it's not about the Vice President not facing the impeachment committee. It's all about this Justice Committee using all its leverages, using all its its authority to conduct trials like this that I believe is quite outside of its jurisdiction.
Bakit naman po sinabi yan? Yun din ang sinasabi ng kampo ni VP Sara na unconstitutional ang impeachment proceedings.
Well, basically, yun nga, the Justice Committee kasi, ang talagang goal lang naman niya is to really proceed with the impeachment when they see number one, that there is already sufficiency in form and substance, and yun nga, the probable cause has already been established. And in this case, yung ginawa nila halimbawa pagkapatawag kay Madriaga, dito kila Sonny Trillanes, among others, no. It's alam natin na wala naman talagang equality, no, or equal representation, dahil lahat ng mga pinatawag nila ng mga testigo by and large are all those people who are directly opposed the Vice President. So there's really no parity, no, basically. And yun yung sinasabi natin, yung talagang yung talagang impression that it created, and the real intent was really to paint a narrative, no, lalong-lalo na doon sa mga boboto ng mga congressmen. Kasi kung titingnan last year, they elevated it immediately to the Senate. Wala naman tayong ganitong masyadong fanfare, di ba? Walang masyadong theatrics sa ganito because they are confident that they have the numbers during the time of Speaker dun sa 19th Congress. Pero ngayon, bakit kinailangan pa natin dumaan dito? It's really more of convincing the other congressmen who are now thinking and contemplating of voting for the impeachment. Kasi nga, mayroong epekto to sa mga constituents itong mga congressmen na to. If they will be voting in favor of it, baka sila naman yung balikan ng constituents nila. So at least when you paint the narrative na talagang may pagkakadawit, merong probability na siya talaga may ginawang katiwalian, di mas madaling ipaintindi sa mga constituents kung bakit boboto si congressman in favor of impeachment.
Pero doon sa mga ebidensya na inilatag na sinasabi nga nila, yun ang pinagbasehan nila na may sapat na dahilan kung bakit kailangan ma-impeach ang pangalawang Pangulo sa report ng AMLAC at yung SALN ng pangalawang Pangulo.
Well, yun nga, no, kung titignan naman natin, yung kasing report ng AMLAC na yun, ano, like what it was already discussed, no, even by bank experts or banking experts, that ang pinagbatayan talaga doon sa bloated figure is the aggregates, no, the aggregate. All the inflows and the outflows. So you really come up with that amount of money, no? Pero this is really kumbaga parang this is too generic and too general a perspective para sabihin na talaga natin na may katiwalian. Pero magandang starting point 'yon actually, kasamang Rod, no, para yung defense later on will be able to really see. Actually, ito nga yung nakakabahala dito sa ginawa ng Justice Committee, because I think they just gave the Vice President and the defense team a sneak peek doon sa mga ilalatag nila na mga ebidensya laban sa kanya kung akit man ito sa Senado. And they already have ample time to prepare for this. So ang sa akin, mas maganda sana if they just withheld it, at least for the moment. Pagdating sa Senado at kung may elevate nila to, di doon nila ilalatag para mas merong shock factor, no, para sa mga senator judges natin. After all, ang magboboto naman dito, hindi naman ito mga kasamahan nila sa Kongreso, no? I mean, the impeachment court is really in the Senate. So, secondly, yun nga, yung mga una nilang mga nilatag ng mga ebidensya, of course, si Trillanes, alam naman natin yan na talagang galit yan sa mga Duterte dahil nga noong 2016, nag-apply siyang Vice President kay PRRD, hindi siya pinansin. So talaga, really has an axe to grind nga against the Vice President. So, yun yung mga anggulo, no? Plus, yung members nitong Justice Committee na to, I really don't understand why they did not even inhibit. Even the chairperson, Luis Tro, is being tagged in this issue of the maleta diplomacy. Pero she's still there. Abante is still there. Redon is there. And many others, who are, yung mga kumaga alipores ni Speaker na alam naman natin may mga katiwalian din. Pero they are the ones, prosecuting. And kumaga parang hindi ko makuha yung idea na yung mga naglilitis, meron din naman mga tinatagong skeletons in the closet, no? Meron din naman sila mga sariling baho para sabihin na even Luistro, no? She said that she kept her husband na merong kaso na kinakara, pero she kept it. That's even De Lima, hindi rin naman siya umattend sa mga hearings siya before, di ba? Pero ngayon, they're trying to throw everything to the Vice President as if they're holy and mighty, di ba?
Okay. Yan ang pananaw ninyo, no? Dito sa impeachment complaint sa mababang kapulungan. Ano naman ang nakikita po ninyong magiging pag-asa nitong impeachment complaints pag umabot na ito sa Senado?
Yeah, basically kasi ito nga yung gusto natin kasama Roda, I really would want to to really see this impeachment going on. Hindi ko sinasabi na hindi dapat magkaroon ng impeachment. On the contrary, maganda nga talaga na magkaroon ng impeachment because this is the way by which we will be able to really find out accountability, truth, and justice. No, yun nga lang kasi we need to understand that the impeachment really is a political numbers game. Yes, pinag-aaralan natin yung pros and cons, nilalatag natin yung evidences and testimonies, but at the end of the day, it's really all about alliances, and that's already given.
Okay.
Now, in this particular impeachment complaint, ang magic number pa rin naman is 16. So whether or not mabawasan yung senators natin, may makulong, may mawala, no, it's still going to be the same, no? Actually, yung pagkakakulong, kailangan may finality ng decision, ano? Pero still, 16 pa rin yung kinakailangan na numero. And kung titignan natin yung composition ngayon ng Kongreso, ay ng Senate, merong mga IMC, mga around 7 to 8 people there are already in favor of a possible acquittal. No? Pero titignan pa rin natin dito kasi kung paano imamaniobra ng administration. Remember na may mga nakaumang na kaso bago pa mangyari ito, no? May mga nakaumang na kaso kay Joel Villanueva, kay Jinggoy Estrada, kay Chis Escudero. And pwede kasing mangyari na yung tinatawag nating palit ulo, no? Na okay, sige, absuelt namin kayo sa mga kaso na kinakaharap niyo, pero you vote in favor, di ba? You know, in politics, everything is possible, no, as they say. So, pwedeng mangyari yun. Pero, yun nga, ang numero na tinitignan natin is always 16. So, ang akin, kaya nga itong nangyayari na to sa Kongreso, I think it's not helping them kasi masyadong tumatagal. Remember na next year is already 2027. We're already gonna be filing candidacies by October. Mas maganda sana kung masimulan tong impeachment ito, magkaroon ng finality, magkaroon ng decision. I think it will be more beneficial for them. If the purpose is really not to make the vice president run and to have her impeached, I think all these theatrics and optics na ginagawa nila, mukhang na mas nakakapagpaantala dito sa proseso.
Okay. Dito naman sa BIR box na hindi binuksan kahapon at sinasabi, ito daw ay gagamitin para sa susunod na yugto. Ibig sabihin, sa impeachment trial na to. Oo. Ano pong nakikita nyo rito?
Well,
magiging,
again,
magiging matibay na ebidensya ba to laban kay VP Sara? Ano yung klaseng bala na nakikita ninyo dito sa BIR box? Kasi hindi muna nila ginalaw eh.
Yeah,
hindi nila ginalaw. Kumbaga nire-reserva nila ito. Parang ito ay isang mabigat na ebidensya.
Yeah, maaari talaga, no? Pero yun nga, ito ay kasama pa rin naman ng theatrics na matatawag kasi in the first place kung talagang and I know they know it, na may mga legal impediments ito, no, kapag ginawa nila. Kaya nga ang challenge sa kanila ni Congressman Marcoleta kahapon, sige buksan nyo, hindi ko kayo pipigilan. Pero dapat aware kayo sa mga legal repercussions ng inyong gagawin. You know, yun lang yung binanggit niya. And I think these people, mayroon naman dyan mga abogado, kahit even Luis Tro is a lawyer, like she would like to claim herself to be. I think alam nila yan, no. And itong pagpapakita na itong box na to is in the first place, hindi nga natin alam kung may laman ba yung box, no? Maaring ito ay pagpapakita lamang nung optics na naman, ano, just to bring a shock factor, no, to paint in the minds of the public na meron talagang kalokohan or katiwalian. I mean, these are all part of the show, I would say. And then, kung ilalatag nila sa Senate, mas maganda, no? At least, nga lang, again, they're giving the defense another reason to prepare. Kasi ngayon pa lang, hindi naman kailangan to, hindi nyo naman palubusan. Bakit nyo pa pinakita? And pinalam nyo lang ngayon sa defense kung ano-ano yung mga ebidensya nyo. No, I don't know. Parang sa akin, parang nagsiself-destruct because of the Justice Committee, humihina yung kanilang mga baraka, no, because of what they're doing.
All right. Dr. Froilan, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras at panahon. Mabuhay po kayo.
Salamat po at magandang umaga po.
Director of the Local Government Development Institute, Dr. Froilan Calilong, isang political analyst din. 6:49. Magbabalik pa rin ang Straight to the Point.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point sa DCXL News 558 kHz.